Flatzoid schools Dell over the FES. Upwards accelerating Earth BS. Hashtag triggered.
Thing that I think we should watch quickly.
Just play Dell talking because
Yeah.
it's quite telling.
Yeah, he's a... I'm going to go to where he got me on.
That's funny because I caught it and I seen him in the chat live.
It's a special tweak, Mick, but again,
Yeah.
you know,
But it's
there's
sad.
special types of magical forces that human beings don't have access to. Human beings have never witnessed in their life and
No!
never will, because
That's when it
the
goes...
force apply varying forces to the gas, the liquid, and the solid in order to accelerate them all at the same rate. He's just ignoring it. Simon Dan's a little fucking liar. That's just his idiotic interpretation.
He just found out Simon Dan was a liar? Wow, he's behind.
Yeah, RV's been calling Mason for the last 5 years, and I agree with RV.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's talking about a magical force. He's the one thing.
It's not just Deli called that. He called Goldbusters, Jaren, all them out as well.
He's the one.
Keep responding,
he's the one
Simon Dan, because I know you're too
knows it
shit
makes
back
no-
to actually step up.
I
So
just
keep
want to see when I get in here. Okay, so you can listen to this. It's not a very long talk between us because he doesn't really give me talk time.
No, he didn't.
But listen. Okay, I'm gonna come in soon.
Email sent. Let's see if Harry Potter's got anything else that he's saying.
Yeah, first he was saying that I didn't send an email.
Wow.
Then I corrected and said I did send an email. Then he found it.
It is a
There's
yellow
wee fan.
square on his
There you
wall.
go.
Yeah,
Mr.
that's what I said. Look at that.
And he's absolutely laced in
And
seeing eye tattoos and all that.
Abchayo is also Masonic. Really odd stuff. He's got so much little subtle things.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a black and white tiled floor, to be honest.
As
Always
I say,
expecting that.
I was wondering why I was getting an influx. Same as Flatzoid and the rest. As we're about to witness.
Really? Okay. We're still waiting for him to
Influx
get
of
in. Yeah. Of stupidness, apparently. Am I coming in yet? Oh,
Yeah, cool. Let me see.
this guy's got so much dead air on his streams.
This is how they use words to try and play it down. Folks. Then they run about misrepresenting people like us that show the actual practical demonstrations and highlight the absurdity in their requests.
Whatever. Sorry.
And the
Sorry, I just got to point out, when he says, I never denied gas particles, and then says it in the same stream later, this is why I deny gas particles. Would that be a contradiction and a lie?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And how is that a
He said-
misrepresentation?
So wait a second. He's denying that, but he's saying that gas, water, and
Yeah.
can't move at a rate. What the hell is he talking about?
He's trying to create his own physics.
Yeah.
Like
It's him
him.
that believes in magical force. I mean, what's pushing is accelerating Earth up. So he's believing in a magical force, not us.
Yeah.
Paula hit it right in the head. There's no explanation of why we have the movement that we have. All we know is that we have it.
Yep.
Some things go down, some things remain neutral, and some things go up.
Yep.
Now, as to why that's the direction, you might as well find out the cause of entropy while you're at it.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, you can give a sort of explanation on that, and that's why I try to explain it with impulse, because everything has a different amount of force attributed to it, and it can be measured. Gas is moving
No, I
constantly.
agree. I agree with you, but I'm saying as far as why things go down, we don't know.
No, it's how things
'Cause
work
they're
in
thinking,
reality.
well, why don't they go sideways? Why don't they
Exactly.
go-
It's how nature works. It's a natural tendency to work. Just like entropy, it's a natural tendency. Okay? We observe things falling to the ground, accelerating to the ground, or accelerating away from the ground. Dal and them want to say, no, that's not what we observe. I don't know where he lives. Come on, I want to see when I get on
And
finally.
this is why I'm going to keep bringing them back to this.
Come on.
With no displacement occurring, you are making a request for something that is claiming something constantly, like saying that they don't claim.
Okay, I think I'm going to come in now.
Displacement of gas and liquid. You know, reality's dictating that that's the case. When you're claiming something contrary to reality, that being a force or some mechanism that accelerates gas, liquids and solids at the same rate with no displacement occurring, you are making a request.
Okay, I think I'm coming in now.
Gas, liquids, and solids, but he doesn't believe in gas.
Yeah.
Wow.
He doesn't believe in gas particles. He says it's a globatoric. Apparently, gas particles are globatoric, while he pushes equivalence principle, guys. I don't know what gas...
off there. Okay.
There we go.
Cool.
Now we started.
Thank you for having me on, Del.
No worries.
So
Listen
what is
to
the
this.
issue, mate?
You know the issues, Flatzoid. So first and foremost, Flatzoid, gas, liquids and solids accelerating at the same rate. That's your claim.
Yeah, it's observed.
No, it's not observed. Where do you reason that that's an observation, Flatzoid?
By the same token that you say the things are not displacing when the bottle falls.
Huh? No. That's an observation of the fact of the demonstration.
Do you just see how he contradicted himself?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He asked me, and I said, yeah, with observation. He says it's not observed. And I said, yeah, when you claim there's no displacement when a bottle falls. He says, no, that is an observation. What I just said. After I just said that, and he told me no. So
Yeah, but I wouldn't even give him that. I would have said, whoa, what are we talking about? You're the one with the claim here.
But don't worry, you're gonna get to it. But as I say, this is as simple as that. I was trying to be so nice to him, but the guy literally contradicted himself in the first 2 seconds. This is how idiotic this guy is. He doesn't get his own demonstration shows it's accelerating.
You're making a claim that there's a force that can accelerate gas, liquid and solid at the same rate so that no displacement occurs. Now, where do you reason to request for such a force? And how does this force separate itself so that it can apply different amount of force to gas, liquid and solid?
Okay, the argument was now you say, how do you know that it's accelerating at the same rate?
Don't tell me.
You just said it. No, you just said it's observed. So yes, it's observed.
No, the observation is that there's no displacement of gas and liquid in free fall. Whether there is
so they accelerate at the same rate.
Well, that's what I'm getting to the root of. Where do you get the grounds to ask for such an absurd force?
He just says he agrees with me. We observe it. So it's observed then, Dal. This is how stupid your argument is. It's observed, and you're telling me where do I get the grounds to agree that it's happening? It's observed.
You can see it.
You're looking at it, you observe it, you measure it. It's insane.
Okay, when the bottle falls, there's
No,
water
don't
and gas in
explain.
an
No, it's
object.
Flatzoid. I've heard your rhetoric,
You
Flatzoid.
see, he wants me to explain, and as I start saying, he talks over me and telling me I don't want you to explain. This is when it starts getting bad for him, guys.
You want me to explain it. You want me to explain it, but you want to talk over me.
I've heard your rhetoric, right?
That's not rhetoric.
It is rhetoric, but where's your demonstration then, Flatzoid? You demonstrate acceleration with no displacement occurring.
Again, Del, when the bottle falls, okay, you would agree the water inside the bottle, the gas inside the bottle, and the object inside the bottle is all falling with the bottle, correct?
No.
No.
No, because there's no...
No. So tell me again, guys, which direction does that bottle with all its contents inside go? Does the gas go up through the bottle and the water goes sideways while the water goes down? Or do they all go together inside the bottle?
I don't know.
It's all going together, man.
Dal is special. Dal is a nut job, guys.
He's off his head. He's off his freaking.
He's really out of his mind.
Displacement, Flatzoid. Just listen clearly.
Okay, so when I let go of the bottle, the water, the gas...
Let me clarify it for you. Let me clarify it for you. This is physical reality we're talking about now, Flatzoid, right? Under conditions of acceleration, gas, liquid displace. Okay? Do you agree?
It's static they displace, not acceleration.
What?
Who said they displace at acceleration?
Physics, reality shows you that.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
When you drop it, it shows no displacement. So where do you come from? It shows that.
But that's your special pleading, Flatzoid.
No, it's not. It's observed.
It's not observed. It's your interpretation, and it's a special. Listen. It's a special pleading based on your interpretation of what you think's going on. What I'm showing you is that that's not the case, because the gas and liquid don't displace. Gas and liquid displace under conditions of acceleration 100% of the time.
Okay, I'm going to do this again. Like I said, when you drop a bottle, the water, the gas, and everything in that bottle, they're all accelerating at the same rate. We observe this, hence why there is no displacement. This is observed.
Yes.
You are making a claim against this, so you have the special pleading here.
No.
Not me.
No, Flatzoid. I'm showing you demonstration gas and liquid displace under conditions of acceleration. Do
you understand what's going on here, guys? He's telling me what we observe is not what we observe.
Yeah.
He literally has done these observations himself, showing water bottles falling from a balcony.
No way! Look, there's someone called Alfred Garnett in chat.
Hey, Alfred Garnett.
We were talking about that yesterday.
Garnett.
Alfred Garnett. No, man.
No.
Alfred Garnett.
You can make a simple accelerometer, Flatzoid, with a tube and water in it, okay? And when you accelerate it, the water displaces, okay? That's a simple accelerometer. Now, you're claiming that in the downward vector there's an acceleration at play. In that supposed acceleration, there is no displacement of gas and liquid. It's you that's special.
Okay, Nell. Again, you straw manning what relative density says, okay? I'm telling you straight. We can all observe the bottle is accelerating to the ground.
No.
We observe the water inside the bottle is accelerating towards the ground. The air inside the bottle is accelerating towards the ground, and the object. They all accelerate at exactly the same rate towards the ground. This is observed and measured.
Right, Flatzoid, I've just addressed Simon Dan saying the same thing. He says the exact same thing word for word that you just said.
No, the difference is he says gravity. I've never said gravity, mate.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Listen,
you push it, by the way.
You see, this is the issue I got here.
Wow.
When you said to him, listen here, Dylan, you went, fuck off.
Yeah. But you understand what the issue here? We can't.
Yeah, he's pushing it the other way.
Yeah.
Simon Dad's pushing it gravity, and he's pushing upward rising.
But that's the problem.
So I don't know what the hell Dell's talking about.
But this is the problem that we scrutinized even Simon Dan on. Simon Dan's not allowed to say it's accelerating to the ground because he's also supposed to be giving equivalence principle based on general relativity. The ground is rising up to meet the bottle. Exactly what Dell is pushing, and that's what the globe pushes. So Simon Dan's not pushing what the globe pushes. I'm literally just stating fact. We observe the bottle and its contents accelerating at the same rate towards the ground. That's it. Observed and measured. Not stating gravity or fixed pixie dust or anything. Just what is observed and measured, correct? Mm-hmm. You've heard, what's the first step of the scientific method? Observe a natural phenomena.
Yeah.
And what's a natural phenomena? We observe things to fall to the ground when they are denser than the medium. Okay? Simple as that.
Not Dell's.
No, I don't think...
It's just the metal, man.
Wow. But yeah, you're going to see now.
Hey, by the way,
you're claiming physics. You're claiming physics that are not demonstrable in reality.
Oh, yes, right.
You're making an interpretation on the downward vector with a special pleading attached to it. That only on the downward vector can there be acceleration without the gas and the liquid displacing. That's what you're asking for.
Okay, Dell. do we have a measured acceleration?
No.
So we don't have a measured acceleration of 9.8 meters per second.
You've got an interpretation. There's a measure of.
You heard it here, guys. He says there's no acceleration measured of 9.8 meters per second. I think he should be locked up in a mental asylum.
Read Alfred Garnett's comment.
You would be angry too. I can't read it. My heart's in the way.
You would be angry too if the ride shriveled up your gonad.
That's a good one. Well, he is constantly angry. I mean, this is the same guy that says nobody wants to come and talk. Just progress the argument. You guys just want to misrepresent and strawman and insult. But that's all I'm getting from him. He doesn't let me finish my sentences. Tells me demonstrable, measurable reality is false. And then strawmans me constantly. Which is sad.
Of something happening, but your interpretation is that when the bottles let go, it's the bottle, the gas and the liquid that are accelerating towards the earth from a position of stationary. That's your claim, okay?
That's because that's what we observe.
No, listen, Flatzoid, it's an interpretation.
No, it's
observed. It's measurable. It's demonstrably measurable and observed.
You're just
you making a claim.
You're going round in circles. You're going round in circles, Flatzoid. I'm asking you. Demonstrate acceleration with the gas and liquid not displacing. Demonstrate it for me.
You did, Del. Just like I said, when you dropped your bottle of water. He asked me to do something to demonstrate something that he's been demonstrating this whole time.
Yeah, he picked it up. He dropped it. There was nothing there to stop it. It was heavy in the air around the back, in the medium, and it dropped to the ground. If he'd stuck his hand in front of it, he would have caught it. He stopped it. That's physics, man. Things drop.
I mean, this is why we laughed at him with his slinky. This is how stupid it is.
Unbelievable.
Again, nobody ever claimed it shouldn't displace when the bottle is falling. The water and everything, the bottle, everything is accelerating in the same direction at the same rate. So there would not be displacement.
Here's the thing,
okay?
Flatzoid.
You making a straw man saying there should be displacement when the bottle and everything is accelerating the same rate. When a bottle is stationary, listen, when a bottle is stationary...
listen, you wee fucking prick. Listen.
You listen to me, you prick, you. This is my show here.
No,
but you understand what's going? I'm being nice to this guy. I'm trying to just get my word in. He's not giving me the chance. And yeah, now he's starting to get triggered. Yeah.
Listen now, okay? I hear what you're saying, okay? I'm not putting words in your mouth. You're saying we don't claim it should displace.
And we
no,
don't.
Reality dictates that it should displace, Flatzoid.
No, it doesn't, because when you drop it, it doesn't displace. So, other words, reality doesn't say it should displace. You saying it should displace.
So that's what I'm saying. He's saying reality shows it where.
But that's the thing. What happens when we drop it? It doesn't displace. That's what reality shows. Nobody's claiming it should displace. He says, reality says it should displace, but we don't observe it to displace. He's going against what reality says. This is how, wow. Look how triggered he is. Look at his face. His blood's pumping. Yeah. How dare you? How dare you tell me I'm wrong?
Goodness.
No, that's false.
No, it's not false.
We observe it not.
Accelerate.
We observe.
Right, listen, here's your challenge, Flatzoid. You need to now go and show a force that can accelerate gas and liquid at the same time without displacement, because that's your claim. So away you go and demonstrate it for us.
Okay, drop a bottle, just like you did. That's the demonstration.
Flatzoid's just using circular reasoning. He's reapplying his own presupposition of his stationary Earth, and then using a special pleading on the downward vector that there's new special types of physics where gas and liquid don't displace, just like a globe earther. Same fucking thing.
Oh my God.
We have to account for our reasoning. So again, I'm going to reason with you, Flatzoid. Where does this force that you say is there, where have you ever witnessed this force that can accelerate these things at the same rate? Now, explain this to me. How does this one force accelerate the gas, the liquid and the solid at the same rate? Because the force would have to apply different force to the gas, different force to the liquid and different force to the bottle.
It does.
Wow.
That's why I tried to explain it using impulse, because
So-
everything
so-
has a different.
so let me
everything has
clarify.
a different.
Let
everything
me
has.
clarify.
Can I?
You see, I'm trying to talk, and he's just talking over me. He doesn't let me get a word in. This guy
You can't
is.
handle the truth. You can't handle the truth.
But don't worry, it's like 2 minutes or 3 minutes now, and then he's going to kick me out.
Indoctrination in action.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what?
He's saying force so much. I think he's might be thinking he's a Jedi or something.
I don't think at this point he knows what a force is, to be honest.
That was school.
Original.
Nice one, mate.
You're
For
claiming
once,
one force.
why are you not letting me talk?
You're
now?
claiming one force can now separate itself into 3 different forces and apply
What?
various amounts of force to different states of matter. Is that correct?
Do you know what conservation of momentum is?
Never mind,
Wait.
Flatzoid. Does this force split itself up into 3 different things?
Straw man again.
No, it's not. Right, okay. So does the same force, can one force accelerate gas, liquids and solids?
Yes.
At the
Yes. When you drop a bottle, you observe it, you measure it. Yeah. I mean, does this guy understand? Let's say you accelerate a car and you got a bowling ball in the back, a tissue box, and a ruler, and you stop the car. What happens? Do they all accelerate forward when you stop because of conservation of momentum? They're all different densities, correct? They're all way different things. They all move together inside the car. As soon as you stop, they have a different impulse. Physics, mate.
same rate over the same distance?
Yes, conservation of momentum,
No,
mate.
no, Flatzoid. No. The gas and the liquid are not a solid. They're not one uniform body.
Never said that
They
wrong.
are different bodies, different states of matter. Okay? So your one force
Okay.
must be able to splinter itself up and apply different force to solid, different force to liquid, and different force to gas.
No.
That's absurd.
No.
You see, he just straw
No,
man.
why?
This guy,
But why? Why would you think that?
Yeah.
Why would it separate? Why would you think that it needs to separate into 3 different forces? Why can't one force do 3 different things?
That's what I'm
was he
saying.
talking about?
the guy doesn't understand what a force is. That's why.
Exactly.
He's trying to create his own physics. And it's sad.
Madness.
Yeah, Bullshit Dell is on the payroll now. I agree, Skeptic.
Son.
Would you mind if I have maybe 1 or 2 minutes uninterrupted to talk?
No.
Would that
Yeah,
well?
listen to your waffle, son. You're
You
not addressing your waffle
You're not letting me talk, Del.
because
so
you
it's
keep
difficult
using
to
circular
address-
reasoning. You keep
It's
going around in
difficult to
circles, saying the
address-
same thing over and over again.
It's difficult to address you if you're being rude
Right,
and getting
go for
triggered
it.
and talking over me.
Right, let's go for it. Right, you've got 2 minutes. Go.
Thank you. Okay, Del. First of all, when we drop the bottle, we observe everything in the bottle and the bottle to accelerate to Earth, okay, at the same rate. This is demonstrable, measurable. You make the special pleading that it's the Earth rising to it, okay? No one's made a claim that it should displace while everything inside is accelerating at the same rate. Everything accelerates at the same rate, falling with different amounts of force because everything has conservation of momentum. That's what I said with impulse, okay? If something's denser, it has a different amount of force applied to it that's something that's less dense. We can accelerate something that's static that you said is impossible, like Sleeping Warrior did with his experiment. He made the water denser and therefore the egg accelerated from stationary. It's simply just the
Look, I see he's like, It's like brain malfunction there. I mean, really,
I don't think he's smoking regular cigarettes there.
I don't think so. But I mean, Jeff, if this guy had to show up to your job and start spewing this kind of physics to you, I think your bosses will probably chase him away, correct?
Oh, most likely.
Yeah.
I think they'd say he's a lunatic.
This guy doesn't know. He wouldn't know physics if it slaps him on the face.
That's true.
disequilibrium from the objects, which causes the ratio. So when the bottle is stationary, the objects have the different forces attributed, because the one can support where the other one cannot. When you let them all go together, then they all accelerate at the same rate in the same direction. So therefore, it would not be expected to have displacement. This is normal, actual, observed, measurable physics.
There
we go. Thank you.
Is that you done? Right, there we go. There, you've heard it there yourself, the special pleading for a force that can apply different force to gas, liquids and solids, which is non-demonstrable.
It's called conservation of momentum. It's not special pleading. It's literal physics that can be tested and measured daily in reality.
He's an idiot.
That's why I explained it with impulse. Yeah, sad.
Nobody has ever witnessed in reality, ever, and Flatzoid thinks that he can special plead for it on the downward vector, the very same as we just heard from Simon Dan, who says the exact same thing. The gas, the liquid and the bottle are all accelerating towards the earth at the same time. Nobody has ever witnessed a force, nobody can ever demonstrate a force that's capable of such things.
Okay, but when we let go of the bottle, do we see the bottle accelerate? So that means F equals ma, correct?
Yeah.
So a force is present, Dal. Wow.
Just because you use that formula means you're a globetard. Right?
Yeah, weird. So we're not allowed to use physics, in other words, guys. Physics...
Yeah.
You see, that's the problem with real flat earthers and these fake flat earthers. We still can use real physics in the real life. We just understand when it comes to them sticking G into it, gravity, it's them special pleading, as he likes to say, because of their belief in gravity. It doesn't make it gravity. It just means they put it into the calculations because of their belief. The measurements are still real. The observations are still real. We can use it. It's actually how things work. But I don't agree with when they stick a G in there, because I don't agree with gravity. That doesn't make it fictional. It just means they've hijacked reality to place their belief into it. That's all. And this is exactly what he's doing. He's taking... He is a non sequitur. A-hole. But yeah.
It's a special pleading. The thing is that Flatzoid again made the statement that we don't claim that there should be displacement. He's missing the point. No, you might not be claiming that. Physics dictates that there must be displacement.
No, it does not. Physics dictates that there will not be displacement because they're all accelerating at the same place. If everything accelerates at the same rate, should there be displacement, guys? Does this guy ever heard of Newton's third law of motion?
Wow.
This guy doesn't understand physics at all.
Present under conditions of acceleration.
Show me
I'm
where
not
it says
finished.
that.
I'm not finished, fuckwit. Nobody has ever witnessed anything like that in their entirety of human existence. Now, along comes globe earthers and flat earthers, that want a stationary earth, that now sound exactly the same. There's now a force that we've never witnessed, that we can never demonstrate, that can apply different amounts of force from the one force, can now apply various force to gas, various amounts of force to liquid, and a different amount of force to a solid.
Cheers, Space Miner. Thank you for coming, mate. Good to see you. Thank you that you came.
So it's splintering itself up. That is total and utter lunacy. Total and utter gibberish. The rest of these word salad is totally irrelevant. Again, gas and liquid demonstrably so dictates that if there's acceleration, there's displacement that happens. It's a world fact. Everybody can demonstrate it.
Yeah, it has conservation of momentum, but when you accelerate from, let's say, left to right, it hasn't caught up to each other yet, mate. That's why there's displacement, because it takes more energy for something to accelerate if it's denser, correct? So that's why you see the displacement. But what happens when it stops accelerating? When it's just at a constant, Dal? Does it still show that displacement? No. And by the way, which vector is that acceleration you're showing? From the left to the right, correct?
Yeah. And he's talking about word salad. Sometimes I can't understand what the heck he's saying, so he's more word salad than anything.
He is more word salad. But I mean, think about it. The bottle he uses, for instance, going left to right, there's still a force attributed from it being denser to the ground. Okay? So there's still a vertical force attributed even while he's accelerating it from left to right. He just ignores that. So when you turn it vertical and you simply only have one force now, not a multiple plethora of forces at different vectors, it will not show the displacement if it's accelerating at the same rate. Hence why I showed the rocket shooting up. Remember when it's accelerated and then had that the burst, and then it displaced it still accelerating away with deceleration? Yeah. That's why he didn't even give me a chance to be able to talk about terminal velocity, guys. He kicked me out before I could talk about that. Because the terminal velocity challenge would totally, he would have to then say, yeah, I've heard about it, and then have to make a plan to do it. But yeah, he kicked me out before I could say it, so he can say, oh, I don't know about this terminal velocity challenge you're talking about.
Yeah, of course.
Run away like a chicken.
So when somebody makes a claim that in the downward vector, which we have shown, when you actually accelerate something towards the Earth, the gas and the liquid displace with each other. Now, when we let it go, they're still claiming there's an acceleration, but it's a magic acceleration, where the gas and the liquid don't displace. And they keep repeating.
Exactly, YouTube. They are confusing acceleration at a fixed rate with accelerating at an increased rate. Exactly. He doesn't get this physics. This is something you learn in primary school, never learning in high school. I learned this acceleration in primary school, mate. Standard 5.
Madness, isn't it?
It's observable. It's observable. No, it's your interpretation of what you think's going on based on your presupposition of a stationary Earth, so that the objects must now accelerate towards.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask, guys. Do we presuppose it to be stationary? Do we presuppose it to be stationary, or do we observe it to be stationary?
You observe it to be stationary. We don't presuppose anything.
Yeah.
It's stationary. It's observable.
I mean, this guy takes a bottle on the left to right axis, and he turns it vertical, and says, "Oh, you see, Earth is to be accelerating upwards." That's not what you observe. That's correlation. That's just showing you don't understand what the hell you're showing. And
he's talking about your interpretation. For him to believe that's coming up towards him, up towards the light, up towards the bottle, he's got to be doing that. You know what I mean?
Right, car's not moving.
You too. I can't remember learning in school. I just had 2 minutes to think about it one day recently. But I mean, this is why it's so embarrassing with these guys. He shows he doesn't understand the basic fundamentals of a force and acceleration. Yet his whole argument is about a force and acceleration. He doesn't understand what affirming the consequence is. He doesn't understand what begging the question is. He doesn't understand what special pleading is, because he's the one doing it. He's taking a car accelerating and saying, if a car accelerates, we see displacement. So therefore, let me use circular reasoning and say, it must be Earth accelerating up. Where we sit and say, I don't observe motion, so therefore a bottle falls when I see it fall. That's not special pleading, that's observed, and it can be measured.
There's nothing about upward rising Earth or accelerating Earth that could be observed at all. Nothing.
So why ain't any ballers tell us that why ain't any ballers tell us we're special pleading when we talk about Earth being stationary regarding sky moving?
Exactly. But that's the third thing. The Globers are even defending Dell on this, guys. Why is that? Oh, because the equivalence principle is globe rhetoric. It's literally globe rhetoric, and I don't know how much more we have to show this. The Earth is not moving.
towards your stationary Earth, and you're ad hoc in your explanations to make it fit your presupposition of a stationary Earth, which goes totally against observed physics in every fucking way, shape or form, and they keep going round and round in circles like a globe earther. End of story.
Del.
I'm finished with you, Flatzoid. We've heard your rhetoric. You're
Del,
an idiot,
not,
son.
what,
Now fuck
no.
off.
Why are you being so rude?
There, he kicked me.
That's all we need.
See, there he kicked me.
Huh. He's a numpty.
He didn't even let me say anything, let me defend, nothing.
You can't handle the truth.
Exactly, Paula. The presumed cause is the IV. You must control manipulated to prove it as such. So Dal manipulated the Earth movement. Everything else is a diversion.
Here. That's it. There's no other discussion. They're just going to keep going round in circles, thinking they've made a point. It's all accelerating at the same rate. Here's my explanation.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's all accelerating. If I give an argument and I say why it's happening, that's usually how arguments happen, correct? That's how it works. You back up your argument. That's what I do. Weird.
Yeah, he kicked you off. Sorry.
Yeah?
He kicked you off because he doesn't want to hear him being wrong.
Exactly.
Exactly.
He's threatened by me because I clearly show he doesn't understand what the hell he's talking about.
And he says keep going round in circles. It's him.
I hardly spoke. How could I go in circles if I hardly spoke?
Exactly.
He was the one speaking the whole time.
Can't help himself. Likes to hear his own voice. Oh, it's awful. And it's awful, yes.
Okay, I just want to hear what his last statement is, then we can go back to McToon.
Globe Earther, it's all accelerating at the same rate. Here's my explanation. Meanwhile, reality, gas and liquid displacement acceleration. So there's a claim of acceleration, there's no displacement. Who's wrong? Do we allow globe earthers and the flatzoids of the world to special plead for some magical force? Or do we go with demonstrable reality? And reality dictates that if somebody claims acceleration, displacement must be witnessed. End of story. That's it. So nobody's putting words in their mouth. Nobody's making straw man arguments for them.
Yes, we do. You are. When a thing accelerates at the same rate, there is the same force attributed. Therefore, there will not be displacement. Yeah, it's delusional, Tony. And I just had to show that. Wow. Accelerating due to gravity. What's this? Okay. This is a link that Paula sent. Let's see what accelerating due to gravity plays a role in the motion of many common objects. These experiments confirm that the vertical component of motion is property described as an acceleration, and they yield a value worth memorizing. Apparatus and materials: light gate, interface, and computer weighted card, clamp and stand, meter of half a meter. The acceleration of an object allowed to fall under the force of gravity. Note, guys, we do not push the force of gravity, but we understand that there is a force attributed when things fall. We explain it as the uneven distribution of the mass. Jokes. That's gravity. We explain it as unequal disequilibrium because the thing cannot be supported by the surrounding medium. It's found by dropping a card vertically through the light gate. The emphasis of this data logging experiment is an investigation the relationship between the velocity of the card velocity means it's moving, Del, and the distance it has fallen from rest. Acceleration, Del. Okay. But anyway, yeah, there we go. And it shows you it's accelerating as it falls through. And it's measured. Del, you see that's why they have these lines here. You see there? Look how it's changing with its numbers because it's accelerating. It's getting faster and faster. The velocity is changing. Whoopsie.
That's just your interpretation, Matt.
That's just my interpretation, yeah.
You know? Right.
The guy's really a numbskull.
Yeah, he's a philosopher wannabe.
Philosopher of shite.
Exactly. Okay, Masonic motto, Order Abchao. There we go. What's his name, guys? Abchao. Uh-oh. What is the meaning of the Masonic motto, Order Abchao? Of the many symbols, the phrases of Freemasonry, a few mottos are important enough to be prominently and sometimes publicly displayed on flags, seals, and regalia. The phrase Ordo Abchao is the motto of the 33rd degree, which can be found on the grand decorations of the Order of the Sovereign Grand Inspectors General, one of the highest honors and roles which can be bestowed upon a Mason. It is also featured on other seals and flags representing various orders. This phrase being depicted so prominently, particularly in relation to the 33rd degree, indicates a tremendous importance to Freemasonry. Indeed, Ardu Abchao, translated to order from chaos, is also associated with another Latin phrase, lux in tenebris, which translates to light from darkness. Why is the idea of order from chaos or light from darkness so significant to the Freemasonry? Let's explore this question together. Well, we don't need to read through all that. You guys read it for yourself. And what is his email address? Order Abchao.
That's right. Isn't it? Isn't it? I mean,
Freemason, guys.
Hidden in plain sight.
It's
You know what I
very
mean? Right.
specific wording, that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Okay, now we can get back to the actual stream that we had. Deluminati, exactly, John Birch. Deluminati. So yeah, I'm calling him out as a Freemason. And the thing is, because he's always called Abchao, it means he's either striving to be a 33-degree Mason, or he is one.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly, Victor. What Dell doesn't get is there's a difference between when it's constant vector change, it will displace like under centrifugal force. The guy doesn't know what force is. He doesn't know what acceleration is. Heck, I don't think he knows what the word physics means.
Well, he's got his own brand of physics, hasn't he?
He's literally out there to make FE look stupid.